Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm Adya. I'm a dentist from India, currently doing my masters in public health here in Australia. It's been a year exactly since I came here. I'm done with 2 semesters and I have 2 more semesters to go. So this video is basically everything that I've accumulated, learned during my last 2 semesters. I think I'm a little bit better from where I started initially. Also been getting a lot of DMs and comments saying that you guys want to know how everything works over here, specifically about the Australian education system, and I thought that I'm finally ready to speak about that to you guys. I'm extremely sorry if you're hearing that zzz kind of a noise. There's a very annoying insect somewhere outside, and every single day this is the noise that keeps coming and going off that I cannot do anything about. But before we start off with this video, I already made another video talking about all the essentials you need as an international student. Basically spoken about how to acquire an accommodation, what gadgets to buy, and what's the transport facilities, basically every single thing you need to know before you come to Australia. I feel like a lot of things are pretty common for UK, US, Canada as well. So if you are going to any of those countries, I still feel like this video would be very useful, and both the videos in fact would be very useful because a lot of things are very common. And so if that's something that you want to know, I would highly recommend you to watch that video first and then come to this video. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing, once you have decided on what university you are going to go to, you have accepted your offer, done all the formalities, you will get an access to the university's portal, and it would have everything in it, like your grades, the courses that you've taken, your assignment marks. Basically that's where you can interact with your professors and everything academic related. So that access to the portal comes only after you accept your offer and everything is being done. So once that is done, the first step is to enroll in courses. Now there are various ways that you can enroll in courses, and I initially was so lost, like I couldn't find anything that would help me on how to enroll courses. But then I was going into the website and they had a step-by-step tutorial on how I have to choose, how I have to enroll, what's the process of enrolling and all of that. Before that, how do you choose courses? So you have to go through the curriculum, your syllabus, and there might also be a suggested courses for each semester, kind of a listing. Search for that in your website first. In case you are not able to find that, there's nothing in particular that's been mentioned and it's just a bunch of courses that you can take throughout your 2 years, I would recommend you to reach out to the administration, because that's what I did. I specifically reached out to the public health administration, telling them would you be able to help me out on what courses I could take for semester 1. And also during my orientation at the university, they also gave us a suggested courses list which is segregated into each semester, and that's what I've been following until now. That's given, it's very easy. Otherwise, get the help of the administration. Also, you can go through each of these courses and they would have some prerequisites. So if in case it's a basic course, you would not need a prerequisite, so it will be helpful for you to choose another course in semester 2 with the basics. So it's always better to go through each of the course and check which one's preferred for semester 1, which one's preferred for semester 2. And courses you take depends upon the amount of fee that you will be paying for each semester. So if you take 3 courses, it's different. If you take 4 courses, it's different. But there's a set of units that you have to complete. Make sure you have that particular amount of units that you have to take. So just make sure that is completed by the end of the year. It does 5 courses in one semester and 3 courses in one semester. It doesn't really matter, but I think ideally having 4 courses per semester is good, because the semester fee is also balanced and your workload is also pretty much balanced. As international students, we cannot do part-time. At least over here in Australia, you can't do the course part-time. You have to do it full-time. One more thing that happens after you enroll in these courses is that you'll have a list of courses along with a timetable that says what day or what time your classes take place. Something called preferencing, and this is not particularly available for my course, but for other courses from what I've heard, they do have something called preferences. Is that the particular subject is being offered throughout the week or couple of days in the week, and you can choose which timing is preferred for you. For example, if you want a morning session rather than an evening session, you can do that. I think it's a first come first serve basis, so if that particular slot or class is over, you can't take up that slot, rather you'll be put in another slot. So just make sure whenever you get an email saying that enrollment is open or preferencing is open, you go do it. Now coming to how the study pattern works here, so basically you will have classes depending on how many courses you take. If you just have theory, these are the three types of classes you'll have. It will be lectures, workshops and tutorials. Lectures is basically just having a PowerPoint presentation on and a one-way communication. So this can happen in like a couple of ways, like it can be either in person or online, because I had a course that was completely online, like all the lectures I had to attend online. I just had to attend the workshops and tutorials in person. Some courses will have everything in person and some courses may have everything online. A lot of hybrid learning has come now after lockdown, so you can't really predict how each course would be. Workshops and tutorials are more hands-on. You'll have like group discussions. You might also have some hands-on like experience. Like for example, I had a course called biostatistics where I had to use a stats software. So I had to bring my laptop in the tutorial class and actually do it while the professor does it on screen over there in person. So we got to ask doubts and actually feed in data and check how the whole software works. So workshops, they might give you like a topic to discuss, and at the end of the class you can all pull in your ideas and have a great talk. All of these are also usually available online. At least in my university, all of this are available as recording. You can always come back and like watch this later. So if you miss like here and there a couple of classes, it isn't really an issue because everything is almost recorded. But I would highly recommend you to go in person. It's just way better. You have two-way communication and it's just more engaging. You definitely learn a lot more than just watching the lectures or workshops online. So the classes are very well spaced most of the time. Some days you might have lots of classes in a single day and some days will just be off. You will not have any class at all. So this is very convenient if you are looking to do a part-time, because it's not like you don't have it like a 9 to 5 like how it is in India. It is quite flexible. You do have days off that you can provide for your part-time or other things that you are willing to do. Coming to the two types of how you'll be assessed is, one is an assignment type and one is exams. So assessment types will have lots of ways, like writing a report, essay, critical reflection, so many things like that, along with group projects or individual presentations. This depends upon course to course. Not every course has it. I only had this in 2 courses so far this entire year. I've not had a presentation otherwise, and one of the presentation was just like an online recording that I had to submit, and it was a group project. So it varies from course to course, faculty to faculty and professor to professor. The moment you enroll in your course and your semester begins, you'll get like a whole, like a layout on what are the assignments, what's the weightage, what's the submission date. So everything is already provided to you in the beginning of the semester, so that you can plan out your entire 3 to 4 months based on that. I for one fact know that we don't know how to write an essay, report or critical reflection of that sort, because we're not trained to be that way in India or most Asian countries as I have known. But it's not as difficult as you think. There is a template, and if you're in first semester, most of the professors will give you a layout on what they expect. We also have something called as a task sheet, which literally breaks down and tells you what they need, like an introduction. What should the introduction contain? What is the main paragraph that needs to have, and what do I have to, where do I have to search, and everything is already very well mentioned in the task sheet. If you still don't understand, you can always message the professors and ask them how everything works. I would highly recommend you to check out the websites, because I think all university websites have a guideline on how to write a report, essay and critical reflection, because no matter what course you go, you will definitely have one of this, your assignment, and it's like a basic thing that you need in a master's course. The other thing is exams. So personally, I don't have exams, but I've spoken to friends who do. It is sort of a high weighted exam, like most of the times it's like 50%. You'll also be having assignments throughout the year, but there will also be exams in the end. Some courses I've heard that there are like mock exams which also contain like weightage, like about 15% or 20%, and it's like a good way that you experience how the actual exam happens. I've heard exams are difficult, mostly based on the way they grade, but it's not like it's impossible or you just can't like tackle it. I've heard that reading and going through 5 to 10 years older question papers really helps you understand what kind of questions come up. And even in case you fail, there is something called as a supplementary exam that happens within a few days after your results come out. So you can apply for that and retake the exam. So if you pass, you're all set to go to the next semester. The last type in the exam pattern is how Australia grades you. So according to my university, the maximum CGPA is 7 and 6 is like distinction, 7 is high distinction, 5, 4 are like midway and 3 means fail. So if you have an overall CGPA of 5.5 and above, you are good to apply to a lot of programs and it just looks good on your CV as well. So I'm very confused on what's the good grading. I feel like 5.5, I've also gone through the website and seen that 5.5 above, anything above 5.5 above is a good grade. I recently came to know that university also provides a lot of one-on-one help sessions. Like I went to a learning and writing session a month ago where they analyzed my old assignments, told me how I could improve on my writing. 1 hour session, it is free of cost and I just attended via Zoom where a staff helped me like analyze my writing and told me what I could improve, and he also gave me a lot of activity, free samples and everything that I could work on, you know, throughout my journey that will help me better my writing. Because even if we have come from a very good English school or like we have a very good strong background in English, the curriculum here and the way they expect you to write is a little bit different. It's also sometimes challenging, but it's not like you can't break it. You can definitely find ways to submit a great assignment. It's just that acquiring help like this will really be helpful. Like I felt that 1 hour session, I learned so much about my writing. Also, one great thing about how the way they grade you for each assignment is the professors will give you like a detailed explanation and feedback and feed forward. Like they would tell you what are the great parts of your assignment and also the things that you could improve on. So if you actually very seriously take up the feedback and improve that, you will definitely be able to make your assignments way better. I want to know the mistakes that I'm making, and only if I know my mistakes I can make it better, and only if I have a mistake I can like register it in my mind to not do it a certain way. So that is great. It's not like in India where it's just right or wrong and they just grade you and just leave you. They don't tell you what's right and how to improve it, but over here they always tell you how to improve it. Like everywhere they're always telling you how to improve yourself, or they will appreciate you if you've done a great job, which is another thing that I've found very important after I've come over here is having an academic CV always ready. If you have done basically nothing, you've not even gone to a job, you just freshly graduated from undergrad or like you just freshly graduated from school or whatever, make an academic CV. Almost all university websites and Google have templates on how you can prepare your CV. Have it always in hand, because if you are willing to reach out to professors or supervisors that you're interested to connect with or interested to work with, you will have to send them your CV. Your CV shows everything that you have done. Don't feel like I've not done anything, what do I put in my CV? You always have something to put. Watching like videos and seeing these templates, you will have an idea on how to make your CV look better, more professional. Last thing that I want to tell you guys is to always look for the university's website, follow the social medias of the universities. They are always posting something or the other that's happening. There are also a lot of student-friendly partnerships and programs that come up. Like my university offers winter and summer research program and like student staff partnership program and like called ventures, which helps you like connect with like pitch in your idea for a small business and things like that. So if you're looking out for opportunities like that, that is why your CV is very important, because if something like that is happening, you can just submit your CV and like probably an SOP or such, enroll for these courses. So these courses add more value to your employability. If you attend orientation and if you are well connected with the social media and things happening, you would find lots of opportunities for employability within the university as well. And also it's a great thing to add to your CV while you're looking for jobs. The last point that I want to mention about is networking. Try to attend as many networking events that happen at the university, somewhere else in the city, or your accommodation or wherever. Try to attend as many networking events as possible. You never know who you would meet, who you would click with. It's a great opportunity to meet people that are like-minded and in your profession as well. Apart from that, you can also reach out to people on LinkedIn. Make sure you don't ask questions that are very easily available on the internet. Rather, ask questions that are genuinely something that you cannot find easily, and it's more towards their experience and you really need their help, because everyone on LinkedIn or basically just everywhere is taking the time out of their day to give you information, so make sure their time is also worthwhile. But I would very highly stress going through the website, searching Google as much as you can to get the information. Own research, you learn by yourself and you would know what is right and what is wrong. Somebody telling you information is also fine, is very good, but it's more like your brain just won't calculate what's right or wrong. A personal thing that I have felt, I feel like it's great once I have an idea from my own research, and then when someone provides me with information, I'm able to make a much more clear decision. All for this video, and I hope I have cleared most of the things. As far as I know, these are all the struggles that I have undergone in the first 1 year, and I felt like this would be a very good video for someone who has absolutely no idea how the system works. If you have any more questions, please leave it in the comments. I would be extremely happy to help you out. I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.